Hello ladies, and welcome to our final training in this video series on how to create your own online course. I hope you have gone through the exercises from the two previous trainings and have enjoyed learning from them. So here's a little recap on what we have gone through so far. So firstly, we picked 5 to 10 different topics that we could create a course around. We then narrowed down that list to the one that we really feel would help solve someone's problem or eliminate someone's pain point. Secondly, we went over the business models that were most relevant to us as course creators. And those business models were one-on-one services, group programs, and self-study courses. Finally, we went over how to figure out who your ideal client is and why it's so important to know exactly who that person is. So again, if you haven't watched the previous videos and done the exercises assigned to each one, go back and work through them and then come back to this final one. So here's what you've all been waiting for: how to actually create a profitable online course. The way in which you create a very successful course is by showing your students how to get from point A, which is where they are right now with a certain problem, to point B, which is after you show them how to find a solution or how to get a specific result. The most successful courses are the ones that teach students how to get from having a problem to finding and achieving some sort of solution in the fastest and simplest way possible. So your goal as a course creator is to walk them through step by step how to get to their end goal. And in order to figure out how to get them from point A to point B, you have to write down everything you know about your topic. And I do mean everything. Chances are you won't use everything, and some of the things you write down may not even seem like important enough information to put in your course, but write it down anyways. The things that may seem unimportant can potentially act as examples to some of the much larger lessons you'll cover. In order to figure out what may be useful, think about what you've had to do in order to get the results your course promises. Have you had to purchase anything? Have you had to work through mental blocks? What made it easy for you? Once you have created an outline, the next thing you have to do is figure out the order in which your students will have to work through the lessons. So think back to which steps you took first. And that's the best part about creating courses using something you already know. You are able to provide massive value and insight because you yourself were the student once. And what that means is that you have experienced exactly what your students are about to go through. And this commonality between teacher and student is incredibly powerful. So once you have the outline and have figured out an order in which to deliver your content, now it's time to add in the good stuff. And by that, I mean all the steps, the exercises, the examples, and even maybe your personal experiences. The good stuff refers to anything that'll help them soak up the information easily. The final thing to remember while creating your course is to not stress yourself out. I assure you, your course does not have to be perfect. And although you may think your material may not be good enough or it doesn't have enough value, to your students it will. Because whatever you teach will get them from where they are now to at least 2 steps ahead, which is where you are now. So always remember, when you think things may not be of value, it's most likely because you're so accustomed to them. But those same pieces of information will be completely new and useful to your students. And another thing that might be comforting is that you don't need to put your course in the form of a video or something that can't be edited. You can run your course with students either for free or at a lower price point in order to get their feedback and tweak it as needed before doing a big launch. Alright, so as you are working on your course, you also need to be positioning yourself as an expert. Because guess what? People like to buy from experts, and I have such a fun way that you can do this. I mean, if you're going to be in the online space and go through this entrepreneurial journey, you're going to want to have some fun with it. So in order to do that, and more importantly, a free way to do that is to create social media accounts and grow a following. Now, you don't need to be on every social media site. You should just choose one or two at the most because you already have enough on your plate with creating a course. You don't need to be spending more time than is really necessary posting pictures, quotes, and other content. So when you're picking which social media platform to focus on the most, consider the following. Which ones are you most familiar with and can use to get in front of a large number of potential clients? And secondly, where do your potential clients tend to hang out? Once you figured that out, go back to your outline and pick 5 to 10 different pain points your students may have. Use those topics to post pictures, text, and motivational quotes around your subject to get your name out there and really position yourself as an expert in your field. Show them that you know what their problems are and that you have a solution to them. The pain point posts are meant to act as value-driven ones, but also be sure to add your personality into the mix. When someone is buying from you, they are much more likely to do so if they have already formed a connection with you, if they feel like they know, like, and trust you. A great way to do this is to make use of videos and give your followers a peek into your life. Whether you're working or having fun, they'll enjoy seeing your true personality, so have fun with it. Also, be sure to post consistently. Show your audience that you know what you are talking about. Make them expect posts from you. This is a huge tactic big players in the online world use. They are consistent with their value-packed posts and their followers expect content from them. Take, for example, Gary Vee. He's been doing videos and Facebook Lives a lot recently, and I love to watch them. I have set my Facebook settings to see his posts first in my feed because I know he'll deliver amazing content and I want to see it. So make people soak up your content. The more they see great content from you, the more they are likely to remember your name and your brand as an expert in your field. The next thing you need to do to position yourself as an expert is to engage with your followers. To do so, you're going to need followers, so start reaching out to them. Don't be afraid to follow or engage with them. We aren't Kardashians. No one is going to know about us unless we put ourselves out there. So a tactic to use when searching your ideal clients is to find accounts that are already well established in your niche or in your field. That's where you'll find your people. And once you find them, be sure to engage by doing things like replying back to their comments on your posts. Be of service, even if you know that they aren't your ideal client, because chances are your ideal client is following you and will appreciate the value that you provided, even if it wasn't necessarily directed at them. Also, reply to private messages. Oftentimes, people are shy to ask for advice on a large public platform, and you want to be able to reach out and help your audience in any which way you can. And offer as much value as you can. Most successful business owners create their empires by coming from a place of truly wanting to serve, to help others, and to make a difference. Lastly, aim to create a community. As you get more traffic to your accounts, ask your followers to join you on other social media platforms so they aren't just your followers, but rather they become a part of your community. All right, ladies, so again, we went through a lot, which is why it's homework time. Your first task is to write down everything you know about your chosen topic and write the actual content for your course. Here's a helpful hint. You don't have to think of these on your own. The reason I suggested building a social media presence while creating your course is to find your ideal clients. Chances are your family and your social circles won't all fall under the category of your target audience, so you can't always rely on them. You'll want input from the right people. Once you find them, reach out and ask them what they would find to be the most valuable content to put in your course. Next, use your outline to come up with 5 to 10 pain points that you will reuse as different social media posts to really position yourself as an expert. When you nail down what problems your potential students may have, you can post different things that show them there are solutions and that you know exactly what they are. Lastly, use 1 to 2 social media accounts to start building your community and consistently provide them value-packed content. Okay, ladies, so this concludes our video training series on how to create your own profitable online course. Take your time to go through the exercises and the videos, and know if you need any help or guidance, you can always reach out to me in the Facebook group.